and happenings in the polity, Dr. Omosholadeji. Of course, this is the day the Lord has made, and certainly we will politic and be glad in it. A lot of issues that have been happening in the Nigerian polity. Ooni of Ife is built rather, because it's not building. It has been commissioned, built a big statue for the First Lady, Remi Tinubu. Also, the First Lady said that her husband should not be blamed for the hardship in the country. Her husband is not responsible for it. We'll be talking about that. Also, appeal court affirms pro-Wike faction voids 2024 budget. We will be talking about that. Bayelsa suspend court sacked governor-elect David Lyon. If everything had gone well, if that guy had not been sacked by the Supreme Court, definitely would have been the governor right now. We will be talking about it. APC slams Amaechi for inciting hardship. We will be talking about that as well. And also the PDP internal crisis. Akitude, I see you, says, good evening, Dr. Deji. Good evening, great to have you. Akitude, I hope you do catch up with my recorded videos, because I do record videos. And this evening, I just dropped one about the First Lady's statement that her husband should not be blamed for, or is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. It's just less than 10 minutes video, so always do well to catch up with my video, because I do try to upload recordings regularly, and do well to share it with your people across other platforms. Now, Ooni of Ife build, okay, God bless you, Akintunde says, yes, I always watch out for it. You see, in Nigeria, problem, you know, they finish. That's why you see that Nigerian government under this Tinubu has done a lot of unimaginable things. In fact, you know that in the past government, you can wake up and say some things will not happen. You understand? You can boldly say some things will not happen. For instance, if they say protesters will be charged for treason, you'll be like, no, it's not possible. It can't happen. If they say, oh, that some things can happen, some strange things that the president can wake up, or should I say that if they say that in the history of Nigeria that within less than a year and a half that the president can increase the price of fuel by over 430%, I'm sure some of you will say, ah, no, it's not possible. You know, I've told you that one thing I've learned about Nigeria is that, number one, the drama, it doesn't end. You can see the topic that I read out now, like 6, and all of them are hot topics. Now, should I shock you? Out of all these 6 topics that I just ruled out, there's no one that pertains to the life of ordinary Nigerians. There's no one that brings development to the life of ordinary Nigerians. There's no one that brings succor to the life of ordinary Nigerians. There's no one that gives hope to the life of ordinary Nigerians. There's no one that makes an ordinary Nigerian feel happy to be a Nigerian. There's no one that brings like life, like if you are a Nigerian, if you are dying, if you hear the news, you should have something to live for. That, ah, no, this one that government is saying they will do something new. Don't let me go and die. I can't die now. Ah, die can. No, this one that government want to do something good, right? There should be something to live for. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, if you are dying, if you are on the sick bed, if you decide to go and hear the news that, oh, please let me hear the news, you just die quickly. That is one. If you're on the sick bed, you won't recover. Then, if you are about to hang yourself, if you're about to do death by hanging, that you are just tired of everything, maybe let's say your girlfriend cheats you, and you are the type that you have a very weak heart, you just decide that, see, let me just end everything. And while they were trying to rescue you, they now put on Nigerian news. When as you are hearing the news, you'll be like, ah, wait, oh, is this all what? Let me just die and go. Because if you look at, and don't take my word for it, fellow politicans, let's experiment something. It's simple. We can just experiment it. Just pick anytime they want to say the news, anytime it is news hour. This thing I want to tell you, Just experiment it. It's an experiment. Anytime they want to say the news, whether it is channels, Arise, TVC, you know, any time, just I recommend channels or Arise. TVC, there's a way they spin news. You will see that that news that they are saying, there is nothing in that news that pertains to the development of Nigeria. There was a time I tried to stop listening to news. Do you know why? The reason is that if they are saying something in the news, that thing that they are saying, that thing that you see them saying in the news, you see that it will get you depressed more. Don't take my word for it. Experiment it. If they say, oh, news at 10, just tune in. Listen to that news. Of all the story in the news, there will be nothing that will give you inspiration. Of all the stories in the news, there will be nothing that will give you hope. Of all the things in the news, there will be nothing that will inspire you. Everything they will say in the news. For instance, PDP suspends national chairman. The Wike faction heads to court. So kidnap in Zamfara. Bandit rage farmland in Sokoto. X-Men murder scores in Benue. EFCC looking for Yaya Bello for money laundering charges. Federal High Court says police should not do its constitutional duty, should not provide security for election. Those are the kind of things that you'll be hearing in the news. Those are the things. Like I said, some time ago, I observed that in Nigeria, unfortunately, in Nigeria, for like 6 months, we're just talking about cow under Buhari. If you hear the news was dominated by cow. And at some point, I'm like, how can a government has capacity to dictate the news? You hear me right? Government has capacity to dictate the news, because anything that happens in government, especially at the presidential level, the media will report it. So if something unfavorable is happening, government can easily come. In fact, there are some policies in other climes, in Senate climes, there are some policies that government would have. They will just keep it. They will keep those policies for a time whereby the mood of the nation will not be too good, for a time whereby the public rating of the government will be on the low. You see that particular time that the public rating of the government is on the low, or when there is a natural disaster, or the mood of the nation is not just right, or if government have sinned, you know, government too do sin. I will explain that. If government have sinned, they will just use that particular policy that they have kept, that is good news, that is juicy. They will just dish it out. Bah, bah. Once they dish it out, bah, bah, that the media will report it. It will douse the tension. That's how, like, say in Senate climes, that is some of the things that they do. They do it very strategically, in such a way that whenever there is an issue and they see that this thing is affecting public, if you are watching me, please do well to like this video, especially if you are a politician. And if you are watching me for the first time, do subscribe to this channel. I know you are watching me. Do I need to tell you before you like this video? That's why you people leave my platform vulnerable for attack, and that's why I've not been live, you know, for some days, because you guys are not cooperating. Please, if you are watching me, like this video and subscribe if you are here too. So you see that in Senate clan they will have that policy. They will have it in the bag. But in Nigeria, it's sad news every day. For instance, just take it like in the last 1 week. In the last 1 week, what good news have come from Nigeria? They will say, oh, federal government increased the price of petrol. Labour accuses federal government of not being truthful. Ooni of Ife unveiling statue. If you look at everything in the news, it doesn't affect the life of Nigerians at all. At all. So that's why I think Nigerian government, I don't know, maybe they need to go to school, or maybe because some of these guys whether they don't have political scientists among them, whether they don't have social scientists, whether they don't have policy analysts, whether they don't have research analysts. I don't know. Because in a country, especially a democracy, that you know that you'll be facing the people in the next election, what should be in your mind is how to be selling yourself. To be selling yourself. So you'll be balancing the news in such a way that if there is bad news, there will be good news. So that is pure management of public relations. But what we have in Nigeria is the government doesn't care. The government doesn't care about what is going on in the news. Bad news every day, and government is feeling unconcerned. You can only have that. I can tell you for free as a political scientist that you can only have that in a flawed democracy. You see, in any democracy, one of the ways, let me give you this early tip, okay? So for participating early, let me give you some giveaway. How do you rate a functional democracy? It is very simple. Very, very simple. Functional democracy means that the right to vote and be voted for is strictly being adhered to. That is, if people don't vote for you, you cannot win. If people don't like you, you cannot find yourself in public office. How do you know a functional democracy? One of the how you know is that government is always afraid of the citizen. When citizens come out and roar, government will be shaking, because they know that if they don't behave themselves, those citizens will sack them, and there's nothing they can do to help themselves. Nigerian politicians are like university students or polytechnic students. You know, university students, if you are holding them accountable, you are not a good person. If you want university students to learn, you are not a good person. All this writing of exam, CA, continuous assessment, project, to a normal Nigerian university student, you are wasting your time. If a Nigerian student is studying political science, the first day you admit that Nigerian student that, oh, you are now admitted into undergraduate program in political science, that Nigerian student sees himself already as, you know, a political scientist that just give me certificate, let me go. That's how Nigerian politicians are. If you don't hold them to account, it is now brought down to the school or the lecturer to now be creating policies, to now be taking moves in such a way that those students will be forced to read. Now, what am I trying to say? Nigerian politicians are like that. If you don't hold them accountable, if you don't create policies that will force them to perform, if you leave them, they are like the Nigerian student that immediately they are doing their matric. If it is possible, after the matric, immediately after matric, to line them up and say, you, take, this is 2-2. You, this is 2-1. You look intelligent, you dress nice, take first class, they are happy with you. Then, you are a good school. Nigerian politicians are like NYSC core members. You would agree with me that, in the true sense of it, no core member truly want to serve his country. In fact, the loyalty is not there. No core member. In fact, maybe, let me not say no core member, maybe only 5% truly want to serve the country. That if there is another easy way out, if NYC is optional, yes, let me put it like that. If NYC is not mandatory, if it is optional, that when you are finishing school, would you like to serve your country? You can tick yes or no. I'm sure that 95% will tick no. If you want them to tick no, put it that if you are from the south, you must go to the north. Just put it there like that. You will see that most people will be ticking no. Maybe if you now say, oh, if you are from the north, you go to the south. Maybe the northern student will think and agree that, okay, let me go to the south because the south is relatively peaceful. Maybe that will happen. But if that is not the case, God bless you for liking this video. I don't know who just like it, but God bless you. Please, so that my platform doesn't get attacked, that love something that you see in your full screen, please help me tap it, show some love. Don't let, you know, them kind of like attack my page and all that. And if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe, drop your comments as well. Of course, I will read them. So Nigerian politicians are like core members. If it is possible that immediately you are swearing them in as a core member, You just say, oh yeah, if you don't want to participate again, oh yeah, come and take your discharge certificate. Everybody will line up and say, give me that discharge certificate. That means that they are not ready to do anything. But because of the policies that you put in place, because of the checks and balance, then they will perform. Let me go further as a political scientist. Now, the social scientists, the earlier political philosophers, they have seen it in the character of man. They have seen it in the nature of man, that man naturally doesn't like to be accountable. That is why in a democracy, they brought the principle of checks and balances. What is that checks and balances for? God bless you, Fidelis Michael. God bless you, sir. He says, I just liked your video. Okay, God bless you. If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel. Do well to like this video. This is Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Of course, Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. And this is where we discuss politics and happenings in the politics. So do well to subscribe. Do well to turn on your notification button. Also do well to catch up with my videos. I have lots of videos online. I just dropped one before coming on air about my response to the First Lady, Remi Tinubu, about her statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. Trust me, you don't want to miss my response to the First Lady, okay? Do well to catch up. A lot of videos there, so do well to catch up with it. Now, Nigerian students or Nigerian coppers, they are like those politicians. So if you now have a society that the citizen looks like nothing to the ruling class in a democracy, get me right, we are politicking. It's a Friday night. Where else can you be if not to politic? You want to be go and be dancing at the club? Let me see, let me catch you in the club. With economic hardship, you want to go and spend money if you are abroad and you are watching me, you don't have family back home that needs money. Is it all your family that is rich? Sit down and politic. Let's politic. Thou shalt not spend money in the club. Thou shalt not waste money. Now, you see that in a democracy, I've just given you this simple tip. I don't want to go into political jargons as if I'm talking to a PhD student. No. I know some of you have never been in a PhD class. Some people with profound respect didn't even have opportunity to go to school, so I have to flow with everybody. Just check any country that you are in, that country that you are watching me from. Check, does government fear the citizen generally? If government does, that democracy is very functional. It is a true democracy. But in any country that you are, if the government of that country does not give a damn, even if citizens say no, even if they don't care, you know that there's something wrong with that democracy, because it is not people that is giving them power. Again, it is not the people that is giving them power in such a democracy. It's either they muzzle their way into power, rigging of election, and vote buying, political thuggery, different kind of. But the true representative democracy that the people vote, their vote counts. Forget, we all are human beings. Now, if vote count, you mess with the people. You know that in an organization, you can disrespect your colleagues, but that your boss, that you know that he can fire you. They used to say otolaye. That boss that you know can fire you, you used to behave yourself. You behave yourself when you are with that boss, especially if you know that if you misbehave, that boss will fire you pieces. He will sack you immediately. That's how democracy ordinarily is. Let me give you an example. I like to be very empirical. If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel. This is where we make it happen. And the 77, I see you, says hello everyone. Lord Lucas says, Shalom, dog, greetings from Dublin. It's door-to-door campaign here in Ireland. Why won't you do door-to-door campaign? If people don't vote for you, you lose now, you fail now. And even in those same countries, election is not like a crime. I've been in countries whereby they are conducting election. There are some countries that you won't even know. They don't spoil everywhere with their posters, the way we do in Nigeria. They will spoil everywhere with posters. They don't hijack their TV with political jingles and everything. Oh. You just see few banners as a strategic location. Few banners, very few banners. That's all you see. It is in Nigeria that because they want to do election, universities will close down. The court will be busy. You cannot get justice in the court. Now, I want to give you an empirical example as regards the citizens. Let me give you a very good example whereby government, if government is not afraid of the citizen, government will pay. An example is in Malaysia some time ago, government introduced something that they call GST. GST means government service tax. That GST was at that time 6%. 6% GST. So in other words, anything that you are buying, there must be 6% on it for the government. If you are buying bread, the 6% of that money goes to government. So by implication, everybody that are selling something started adding 6%. If you load, let's say you load 100 naira recharge card, sorry, great people. If you load 100 naira recharge card, out of that 100 naira, in fact, as at that time, you won't get 100 naira complete. They will give you 90 something naira and now tell you that 6% GST has been deducted. That is 6% government service charge. That 6% that they deducted will go to the Malaysian government. So people were groaning. People were mad that how can government be collecting 6% of everything? They want the government did not listen. People agitated, government was justifying it the way they do in Nigeria. Do you want to hear the truth? Election was maybe 2 years away. I think maybe a year and a half. That party that has always been winning election, that has always been, do you want to hear, that party lost election. It was an historic victory because why? 6%. 6% GST, government service tax. Don't take my word for it. Do some research. That party lost the election. And the 7-7, Lord Lucas, please do well to like this video. I've told my polythinkers, if anytime you come on board, always like the video. It helps. Always press that love icon so that you can save this channel from attack. I don't know what the, I have a lot of fake polythinkers. So everybody is, I'm a polythinker. You are a polythinker. We need to be telling you the same thing every day. If you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel as well. So that party lost the election. It was an historic victory. They lost because of what? 6%. So in a functional democracy, when the citizens come on board and they tell you stop, desist, don't do it again, you will stop because you know that they will mark your script and they will fail you. But what we have is in Nigeria, 6% made government to lose election in Malaysia. 6% government service tax, GST. Tinubu government has increased price of petrol by over 430%. 430%. And you look that, now wow. Do you know what 430% means? Do you know what it means? It's as if, what can I use as an example? Education is important, right? Your kids must be educated. So, your kids, government or the private school that they are going to, just increase it from, let's say, the school fees of your child is 185,000. Then the school just came on board and just after they return from holiday, they said no, The school fees is no longer 185,000. It is now 565,000. After like a while, after some months, then they came back again and say no, it is now 865,000 or something like that. Then after like 3 weeks, then they say no, it is now 1,030,000 naira. That's how it is. You'll be imagining that what is going on? What is going on? Then one of the ways that Nigerian can even know government accountable is, but the truth is there's no public accountability. If Nigeria know the true amount of subsidy that government is paying, then I think it just occurred to me that we can actually do the arithmetic. If Nigerian government has been transparent, successive Nigerian government, if you are paying so amount as subsidy and we are consuming so barrel, we can now minus and subtract to know how much you are paying as subsidy at that point in time. And to the best of my knowledge, when fuel was 185, government was not subsidizing it by about 800 naira. No, government was not subsidizing it by about 800 naira. So if you don't do this calculation, you want to ask yourself why. I will answer it for you. You may want to say, oh, floating of the naira. But then, like I said, is it a must to do everything at once? That is you being Superman-like. You want to be a Superman. If you want to do everything at once, please also try. Those that have stolen money, those that benefited from first subsidy, those that have ruined the country, those that are vandalizing pipeline, carry all of them at once. Also help us. Carry all of them at once. Let us see it that as we are suffering, those that put us in that suffering, all of them too, they are facing the musical. Because now it is only Nigerians that is facing the music. And you'll be wondering that, is it a crime to be a Nigerian? Is it a crime? Because it is the ordinary Nigerian, that Nigerian that doesn't have any link, that is a very responsible citizen. Now then they always face the music. But you want to hear the truth? You want to hear the truth? If you have people in Nigeria, or you are in Nigeria, let me advise you. Let me advise you. This is under the realm of political economy. If you are watching me, please subscribe to this channel. Please do well to like this video. This is Politing with Dr. Moshola Deji. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we talk about politics and happenings in the polity. It's an unbiased platform. Do well to subscribe. Do well to like this video. Of course, do well to catch up with my videos. I have a lot of interesting videos uploaded, and I even just upload one before coming online, which is my response to the First Lady's statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in the country. So I won't discuss that here because I already have a video for that. That's why I said always catch up with my recorded videos as well. Now, back to what I'm saying. Let me give you an advice. If you are in Nigeria or if you are abroad, this is the time that you need to always look back. And you see those people that are sure to you, those people that are very sure to you, no matter how tough things are. Let's say you are in UK. We know things are tough, right? We know you are struggling. But you see that £20, if you convert it to naira, they go a long way. Let me just advocate for people in Nigeria now. Let me just help them. You understand? But I will give you a clause of people you should not help. But let me just advocate. You see that £20 that is just normal money in UK, £20. When you give people that £20, I mean good people, don't go and be doing that. Don't leave your family and go and be sponsoring one idiot girl and one nonsense girl that, you know, everybody is just servicing everywhere, just deceiving you. Hello babe, hello dear, hello love. You are a mumu. If you do such a thing, but those your family, those your uncle, or that girl that has shown you true love, I don't need to teach you how to know true love. You are a matured person. Those people that when you fall, now their hand you go fall on. That, oh, God forbid, if anything bad happen to you, now that your mama Now, if he embrace you, if you are abroad, this is the time to always look back and look out for them. Because sincerely, T-Pain. In fact, if you are missing my recorded, you are missing a lot, because I have a video on T-Pain. I tagged it 7 reasons why Nigerians are calling President Tinubu T-Pain. You don't want to miss it. So I won't discuss that here. I already have a video on that uploaded. Catch up with it. Why Nigerians are calling Tinubu T-Pain. 7 major reasons. You know, there's an American artist, songwriter, producer, T-Pain. Some of you will remember that guy, T-Pain. So this is the time to remember people in Nigeria. Let me tell you the truth. Don't think they are okay. There are some people that ordinarily they will not ask you, and some of my immediate family members are like that. That they naturally don't know how to be asking, you know. But I'm just telling you, even if they don't ask, try and always reach out to them, ask them. You see that 20 euro will not be anything to you. If you change it to naira, with the way T-Pain they flog Nigerians now, that 20 euro, if you cook some soup, if you buy some gari, if you buy some bread, that thing go a long way. Because, well, all those things that you are reading online, hardship, hunger, don't think that people are just fabricating it. Oh, there's real hardship, there's real hunger. The hunger, the gbedu, if they enter body. And you know that the price of goods and services tripled under T-Pain when T-Pain was sworn in. And now that they've increased the price of fuel within a month, within over a month, from 568 to T-Pain. Maybe I say this guy get one juju way they use, because 565 or this 568 now is 1,030 naira. That's like double the price. T-Pain. So that means that the price that people are talking about before, that they are clamoring, the price of goods and services, that means that in the next 1 month, now it won't reflect, but in the next 1 month, you know that producers, they are still selling the one that they have in stock. In the next 1 month, the price of goods and services will start changing. T-Pain is real. The pain is real. It's just support to me that this man just doubled the price of petrol. I didn't think about it before. 565, 1,000 and something. That's almost times 2. Then from 185 to 4 to 1,000 something, that is 430, over 430%. How much did Obasanjo increase it to that Oshomole want to die that time? You see, you guys have a lot to learn in politics. That's why I've always told people, don't be an instrument. The Oshomole that is going after Obasanjo that time, the same Oshomole is on TV now defending T-Pain. So if Occupy Nigeria, Jonathan, I think that time it was 65 naira. Jonathan increased it a bit. They want to kill Jonathan. So if you participate in that Occupy Nigeria protest, you will know that Tinubu was just using you as an instrument, because Tinubu knows that he cannot come to you and say, see, I'm not satisfied the way I'm opposition. I want to be in the ruling party. Let's go and protest. He knows that it won't fly. But then if he says, this first subsidy that they remove, no, it's a lie. First subsidy is a scam. First subsidy is a fraud. They are just using it to siphon money. They are just using it to chop money. You can see the way all of them are going fat. All of them are buying us abroad. Let's go and protest. It's a lie. We no go agree. They know that you will believe it and you will troop to the street. But that's why I said politicians will not make heaven. And the one of the occupation I fear most is being a politician itself. Because politics is not supposed to be an occupation, but in Nigeria it's an occupation. If you ask somebody, you say, I'm a politician. But the truth is, you won't know that while you were participating in that protest, the president was using you as an instrument to propel him into political power. That falls under the theory of instrumentalism, whereby they use you as an instrument, but what the aim they have in mind is different. That's why in Nigeria, you need to be wise. But the hardship, and if you are in Nigeria, I've told you, if you are abroad, don't forget people back home. Right? Before I tell you, if you are in Nigeria, what you should do to keep up, before I go to Ooni of Ife building statue to honor Remi Tinubu, I have something to say about it. But before I go to what you need to do if you are in Nigeria, if you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Do well to turn on your notification button. And if you are watching me, please do well to click the like button, click the love button, so that other people can get to see it and the enemy will not be victorious against us. What you need to do if you are in Nigeria, this is not the time to do show off. If you look at the body language of this government, and if you study the political economy, the way government is borrowing, there's more hardship to come. Don't just hear me and think maybe I'm speaking jargons. I am a political scientist, and I try not to speak political jargons. I try to keep it very simple. But if you go to an hospital and you don't know what's wrong with you, and doctor say you have malaria, you believe that doctor, abi? If you go to the mechanic say, this is what is wrong with your car, you believe that mechanic, abi? But you hear a political scientist you don't want to believe. Don't learn the hard way. See, there's more hardship to come in Nigeria. I'm telling you, just take it, statement of fact. There's more hardship to come, and I'll tell you the reason why. The reason why is that, number one, they are deceiving the president that he is doing the right thing, that people love him. And that's why, one of the reasons why a sane Nigerian will be angry with Edo people, because Edo people have the ability to have reset Nigeria. If APC score 10% in Edo, and they are saying, why? What a poor performance. And they say, and Edo people are saying, no, it's because of the hardship you guys are creating at the federal level. Trust me, the federal government will sit tight. But my worst fear happened that if APC win, my greatest fear happened immediately APC won. They went to the president and they were telling the president that people have voted for us. You can see that all those people shouting, they are just the opposition. People love you. And I watched George Akume, the secretary to the government of the federation, saying on TV that vote is because people support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's because they believe in his policies. That's why people voted for him. It was as if I should collapse. That, yeah, I hear me, Edo people. You see what you've caused? Because now that the president has heard that, you will believe that truly people like him. That is one. Two, why there's more hardship is that Nigeria as a country is funding a political class that has insatiable taste for wealth, insatiable taste for power, insatiable taste for living large. In such a system, there is a problem. If you are watching me for the first time, please do well to subscribe. Do well to turn on your notification button. Of course, this is Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we make it happen, where we discuss politics and happenings in the politics. This is a truthful platform. We don't like anybody. We don't hate anybody. We just say the truth the way it is. Drop your comment. Of course, I want to read your comment. And do well to subscribe. Do well to turn on your notification, but also do well to catch up with my past videos. I made a video today about the First Lady. Make sure you catch up with it. Now, the second point, Nigeria has an insatiable political class that their thirst for wealth is insatiable. And that thirst for wealth will be met from that money that is not yet enough. In this government, despite the hardship, despite the rhetoric of the president that I feel your pain, House of Representatives, House Senate have bought luxury cars. You see APC, PDP, Labour Party, they are all the same. Let's not deceive ourselves, because all of them collected the luxury cars. So the difference between them is the difference between 6 and half a dozen. Look at 6, look at half a dozen. Look at the difference very well. That's the difference between these political parties. It is from this money that is not enough that Nigeria bought another jet for the president. The one that we have before, that they used to campaign during Buhari time, that they will sell the politicians will cool. I won't lie to you. Politicians can't die well. Because Buhari campaigned that time that they are wasting money to service jet, that if he becomes the president, he will sell most of those jets. Nigeria bought into it. He didn't sell one. Buhari didn't sell one. Now, the president is using jet. If Akpabio is going to a place, it will pick jet. Do you know what it means to service a private jet? Do you know what it means? The maintenance, everything. It is from this money that is not enough that Nigeria will service that jet. There's no money. Nigeria bought Escalade. The vice president now is living in a house that is like mansion. Now, should I tell you the truth? All these things that they've bought will be maintained from that money that is not enough. We now have 8 different people in government that all of them, it is a practice. For instance, I asked one of my mechanic some times ago. He's a ghetto boy, Joseph. I asked Joseph that, Joseph, come. In the ghetto, what is raining now? What is big boy? He said, Edmo, the ghetto saying iPhone, the big boy, that. What that means is, Edmo means bros. Say, bros, in the ghetto now, the iPhone, they rain. Say, if you don't use iPhone, you never arrive. I say, iPhone. So that means, say, if I get iPhone now, if I decide, say, I won't come roll in the ghetto, I'll be later to say, iPhone is the big boy now in the ghetto, in the slum. I said, what kind of iPhone? He said, if you have from maybe iPhone X or what, say you be, I'm like, iPhone X, we don't get outdated. So if you get iPhone X, you'll be big boy. That is, in their own world, if you get iPhone, you'll be big boy. Let's go to the political world. 1, if you born your child in Nigeria, you are not there yet. You are not a big boy. In the political class, I intentionally gave you the example of Joseph so that you can flow with me. If you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe, please do what to subscribe, turn on your notification button so that we can always politic together. Now, in the ghetto, iPhone is big boy. Let's move to the political class in Nigeria. In the political class in Nigeria, be listening it, be following me as I'm listening it. Number 1, if you born a child in Nigeria, you are not a big boy. I'm calling this thing off air though, so I don't have a script. So if you tell me to recap it, I may not be able to. Number 1, if you born your child in Nigeria, that you a old wife of a minister, or a old concubine or second wife of a minister or a governor, you now born your child in Nigeria, you are not up to taste. You are a mumu person. Your child must be born abroad. And not born abroad. Immediately your child is born, your child must have a second citizenship. I'm telling you what is of class among the Nigerian politicians. Don't forget that all these things that I want to list now, they are being funded from that money that is not enough. It is happening at the federal level, state level, local government level. If MC Oluomo's children can be studying abroad in a US university, MC Oluomo children can be studying in a foreign university, where do you want the commissioner for transport, who MC Oluomo doesn't come close to in terms of ranking, where do you want his child to study? Where do you want the special advisor to the governor of transport? Where do you want the special advisor's son to study? Don't forget that the special advisor seniors MC Oluomo, the commissioner seniors MC Oluomo. So if MC Oluomo can have 2 child or 3 child abroad, if Pasuma that is singing if Saheed Osupa can have children abroad, do you expect Nigerian politician to not have children in foreign school? Now, the first thing is, if for a Nigerian politician, if you want to born your children, you must give birth to them abroad. And not just give them to them abroad, give birth to them in a country whereby they will have second citizenship. Imagine the leaders are giving birth to their children in a place that they will have second citizenship. If you are watching me for the first time and you are here to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Do well to turn on the notification button. If you have been listening to me for a while, of course, I'm sure you've been feeling me, and I can beg you that if you can just give me like 15 minutes of your time, just 15 minutes, to feel me a bit. Like I usually tell people, if you listen to me for a day or 2 days, if you've not learned anything, go and unsubscribe and go. That's my promise to you. That's the agreement between you and I. But if you are watching me for the first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification. But I made a video today as regards Remi Tinubu's statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. I'm sure you want to catch up with that video. It's not something that you should miss. I also have a video on T-Pain. 7 reasons why Nigerians are calling the president T-Pain. I'm sure you don't want to miss it as well, okay? So, the number one is you give birth to your child abroad, and that your child must have a second citizenship. Number 2, that is of class, that your child must not study in Nigeria. If that child wants to study in Nigeria, maybe that child is not yet in university level, wants to study in Nigeria, in the Nigerian political setting, that child must not go to Igbo secondary school. That child must go to something that has British in the name, something that has America in the name, something that has Canada in the name. Canadian International School, Nigeria. American College, Nigeria. British International College, Nigeria. So that school must not have anything to do with Nigeria other than their structure is in Nigeria. If you go to some secondary school, their teachers there, secondary school, their teachers there, some of them are even foreigners. So that means that the main thing that attached the school to Nigeria is because the school building, the building of that school is where? Is in Nigeria. That's the main thing that attached the school to Nigeria. Building, structure. The school fees, they are paying it in dollars, in pounds. You remember the case of Yaya Bello, that they said they pay money in dollars. Imagine the school fees of Yaya Bello's children. The school fees of Yaya Bello's children is enough to be building school. The money that Yaya Bello's children will pay per term is enough to be building school in Kogi State, to be much do you want to use to build school? Blocks. And you know that school, you don't need a very fancy building. Build it. In fact, you can do it like all these Jack on the secondary school. Have block, use iron to support the rest, put roof. You don't need window. Everywhere is already open. Some of you know what I'm talking about. If you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. So the level among Nigerian politicians is, thou shalt not let your child study in Nigeria. And if thou must let thy child study in Nigeria, thy child must go to school that has foreign name attached to it. British International College, Abuja. Oh, that's great. Canadian International School, Lagos. Oh. American College, Yola. That's good. So, and these politicians, most of them, they don't have a first address, or their first address is dead. What do I mean by that? These politicians that are lawyers, when they join full politics, they don't practice law again. Those that are engineer, when they join full politics, they don't practice engineering again. Those that are artisan, when they find themselves in politics, they don't practice it again. That is their first address. So they don't have any address again. What they rely on to feed their family is politics. I'm going somewhere. It is standard practice amongst Nigerian politicians that you must have house either in US, UK, Canada, all these small countries, Fiji Island, Maldives, all these small countries, Dominican Republic, you must have properties there. If not, you are not yet a big boy. If you are just joining me, you miss. So you miss. But you can still catch up. If you don't have houses there, you are not a big boy. If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel. And do well to turn on the notification button and catch up with my past videos. I've recommended 2 videos for you. In fact, go to my page. I upload video every day. You see interesting videos there. You should catch up with the one on T-Pain. Why they are calling the president T-Pain, 7 reasons. Then my response to the first lady as regards her statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship. Now, let's continue. Thank you for subscribing. I do see people that subscribe here. If you are subscribing, God bless you. I see you. I appreciate you. And do well to drop your comment, okay? Of course, I will read them out. So you see that in Nigeria, God bless those subscribing. I see you here. I appreciate you. If you don't have house, you don't have extra passport, your child is not born abroad, your child is not going to international school, and from that same Nigeria, you don't use Nigerian money to buy house in Canada, US, UK, you are not yet arrived. In fact, you are a mumu politician. You are not a big boy. You are a disgrace. In fact, you are yet to be indoctrinated to the club. In fact, Soji, wise. They'll be looking at you that, see this idiot. You remember that video of one doctor in US that said a Nigerian politician contacted him that he didn't know whether they will allow Tinubu to finish his tenure, because the policies of the man, that is fear that there may be a revolution in Nigeria, and the way things are going, and even he is not sure that they may even allow the man to do second term. So it's best for him to do what he wants to do now, and that the president is sick one way or the other. He doesn't know the ailment, and God forbid if the man go by. So it's best for him to, that during this Tinubu, some of you would have seen that video now, that doctor wearing blue uniform, that he said the man has bought 2 houses. He's telling him to go and help him check another one, making 3. He wants to quickly buy the 3rd house in US. Do you remember the exchange rate? 1,006. Do you know how much you will buy house in America? Do you know how much you will buy it? And these people are taking this money to go and buy house in US, house in UK, so that do not do. Later, they can still use that house. They can sell it and make big money. Or they can be living in it. And if anything happens, they can fly out. So somebody, a politician buying 3 houses in this Tinubu, don't forget that person is not even, most likely that politician that person is saying is not a senior minister. Most likely he's not minister of works, he's not minister of budget and national planning, he's not minister of aviation. These juicy ministries may not be, may just be one roadside politician, and that person is trying to buy his 3rd house in America. That house will be bought from Nigerian purse, that same money that is not available. What is a thing of class to the Nigerian political class? I gave you an example of Joseph, my mechanic, some time ago, that I said, Joseph, Alpha, wait till they rain for ghetto now, wait till be big boy. And Joseph said, no, it is iPhone. No. If you get iPhone, you are a big boy. That's their own orientation. What is big boy in the Nigerian political circle? I've given you like 4. Number 1, you must not give birth to your child in Nigeria. You must give birth to your child in a country whereby that child will have alternative citizenship. Number 2, that your child must not go to school in Nigeria. But if you want that child to still be in Nigeria, maybe for primary school, secondary school, that child must go to a school that has foreign name attached to it, where they are paying school fees in dollars. In this, in this age and time, in Nigeria, they'll be paying school fees in dollars. I've told you that what is big boy among the Nigerian political class? You must have house up. You see all this iPhone, all this, I want to buy car. It's not big boy to the Nigerian political circle. Do you have house in Canada? Do you have house in UK? Do you have house in Dubai? Do you have house in Dominican Republic? Have you established a business in maybe Fiji? Then you are a big boy. What am I trying to say? All this money, I'm saying that hardship will still increase. And that's where I'm driving at. All this money is coming from the same money that we say we don't have. That's why you see that when they give state government money, you won't see the impact. Tinubu just gave them 33 billion to tackle flood insecurity. Have you seen any signposts of flooding in your state? Have you seen anything that has to do with flood? Have you seen anything being done? The money for most states, Otilo, is gone. Local government, the federal allocation is gone. This money, we are just making money, borrowing to service less than 500 people. Or no, National Assembly, Senate, less than 1,000 people. That's what we are using our money to service. To now make matters worse, these people, they have insatiable taste for wealth, insatiable taste for power. They are career politicians. It is from that money that they want to steal, to keep, to contest for governor, to contest for president, to contest for, different political positions, senator. It's from that money. And don't forget that as they are stealing in the presidency, because not everybody there is a saint. In the state house, they are stealing. The local government, they are stealing. The civil service, every ministry, they are stealing. So the stealing is happening everywhere. Even if you go to police station, if a policeman see you, he still want to steal by trick. Because you see, have you not yet where police will give POS and say, oh yeah, pull pin? You must have seen some in social media. I'm not saying every policeman is like that. There are some good, I've met some good, brilliant policemen, professional policemen that, in fact, you go the hungry, you tell and say, oh yeah, off that uniform, wear them for me. I'm now a policeman. You are now a political scientist. Go and be doing political science. I'm now a policeman. I've met some brilliant, there are some good military guys. And I've given you the analysis before that. You see, the good policemen are not those rank and file. Those ones you see on the street. Those ones are rank and file. No rank. Now then they suffer past. They suffer all their life. So anything that brings them to you, you are in problem. But the good policemen are those officers. Those ones will get rank. Oh. You go hungry, you be police or military or navy or any of them. So the interest of this class is being serviced by the Nigeria purse, Nigeria money. So now imagine that about 1,000 people in the presidency, the Federal Executive Council, the Senate, the House of Rep, the State House across the country, all of them want to send their wife to deliver their kids abroad. All of them want to send their child to international school. All of them want to buy house in Dubai, US, UK, because that is a thing of class among them. All of them want to steal money so that they know that Nigerian politics is politics of money. If you have money, you can always buy your way. If you have money, you can always influence. Now money you go to snatch the party ticket from your other contenders. Now money you go to convince the party chairman. Now money, you understand, you go to run things. Even at the judicial level, now money you go to hire good lawyer. So imagine that all these people, all of them, they are racing to steal. Right? I'm not saying there are no good ones among them. There are good ones among them. There are some that are fair, but majority of them are terrible. So imagine that they are a class. They call them the ruling elite. The ruling elite. So imagine that in the Nigerian ruling elite, all of them are racing to send their child to school. And that money is still coming from that public purse. That's why you see that there can never be development. Because why? The people that the post is serving is too much. It's too much. And it is not that they want that they will take small and be satisfied. No. When they take, they want to keep taking, to keep taking, to keep. They've taken, they still want to take. They've taken, they still want to take. They still taking, they still want to take. Let Nigerians say, oh, okay, our politicians, we appreciate you. Every one of you will give you $10 million. Don't worry, go and borrow. Let's know that we've settled all of you. Oh yeah, from today, after we've given you $10 million, from today, every kobo that you make, let it be going to the benefit and life of the people. Still, they will still steal. They will still what? They will still steal. That's how terrible Nigerian politicians are. So, the hardship that is coming, because we have people that have insatiable taste for power and wealth, the hardship will be very strong. So what can I advise you? Don't spend anyhow. Don't spend anyhow. See, if you are working, you don't gawk yourself. You don't use 20 years, 35 years in service. You never get any land. It's not too late. That Toro Kobo where you they see, go find land. No talk say the place na bush. Na bush they see. I saw the picture of Ikorodu Road in one of my, late uncles before he died. He used to deal in all this real estate. He's a big guy in real estate. I saw the picture of Ikorodu Road in, let's say, 1960 something. It wasn't tarred, it was bush. You know when you are walking in, at the bush part, the way it used to be, that's how Ikorodu Road is. See the same Ikorodu Road today. You can't have property in Ikorodu Road if you don't have about 500 million. That's half a billion. Ikorodu Road in Lagos. If you don't know Ikorodu Road, Yaba, Fadeyi, Onipan, Pangrove, Obanikoro, Anthony, Ojota, K2, those axes, that's straight something. That's Ikorodu Road. Because why? Rent go still dey increase. So if you gawk yourself when cement was 800 naira, when it was 1.2, when it was 1.5, when it was 2.5, now that it's 8,000 naira, no gawk yourself. Even if na small, even if na 2 rooms, may you do one. That is one. 2, if you get side chick, you say you are the type where you say all your life na so woman, that woman go leave you. Now that your wife and that your kids go remain with you. So if you are the type that you have 3 side chicks and you cannot cope with one food. If you eat eba, you must eat rice. From rice, you must go and eat yam. Reduce that your side chick that is 3, reduce it to 1. Because more hardship is coming. If you doubt me, look for a social scientist or look for an economist. If you have a friend that studied economics in school, that you know that person is very brilliant, or you have a social scientist that have done research on political economy, international political economy, the local political economy, that knows some of these things, ask them that how do you project Nigeria in the next 5-10 years? They will tell you that more hardship is coming. Because imagine Tinubu is used to lording policies over Nigerians and the Senate. With our flawed democratic system, Tinubu may end up using 8 years. So if we have greedy politicians at all these levels of government, like I've explained, and these people now, they now want to perpetuate themselves in office, and they say, Mr. President, carry go, we are behind you. And the president now stays in office till 2031. Imagine how Nigeria will be by 2031. Imagine the price of the dollar by 2031. Imagine the price of petrol by 2031, 8 years away. Now the price of dollar is about 1.7. By that 2031, maybe the price of dollar will be 5,000 to $1. And you have opportunity to plan your life. Now you are not planning it. You think that, oh, you still be making money for life. Go and ask pensioners. Because I can tell you for free, the hardship has not even started. Because the president doesn't believe that there's truly maybe bad governance or poverty. I watched on TV when they brought Olubunmi Ojo to Seun Okinbaloye's program, Politics Today. Then Seun Okinbaloye asks Olubunmi Ojo, the Minister of Interior, he asked him a question. He says, that was when they were planning this End Bad Governance protest. He said, do you know that there is hunger, poverty, and hardship in the land, and life is difficult for people? The question caught him unaware. He says, poverty? It shows that this man is disconnected from poverty. He doesn't know anything called poverty. He doesn't know that poverty exists because his friends, the places he walk to every day, the life he lives is a life of luxury. So when he said poverty, he not quickly readjust himself that, oh, well, there, I was watching it live. So from that, his reaction, I was like, Nigeria is in big problem. If ordinary Minister of Interior is not living with the reality that there is poverty, ordinary Minister of Interior last one, is not living with the fact that there is poverty. Now imagine the president. These are the people that can bring it to the ears of the president that, Baba, there's hardship. And this person doesn't know there's hardship. If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel. This is Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. And of course, Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. And what we do on this platform is to analyze politics and happenings in the polity. If you are watching me, that means God has destined you and I to be friends. And where else can you be at this time in the life of Nigeria rather, other than the platform of a political scientist? So do well to subscribe so that you can catch up with my past videos. And there are two videos that you don't want to miss. Why Tinubu is being called T-Pain, 7 reasons why they are calling the president T-Pain, and my response to the First Lady on why as regards her statement that her husband, the president, is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. So do well to catch up with my videos and try to subscribe, and do well to drop your comment so that of course I can take them. To those subscribing, I'm seeing you here. I can see it, at the background. God bless all of you. I appreciate you. Trust me, you will like it. Okay, you can ask other politicians; they know how we roll. So this is the time to say. Now, let us go to the statue that Ooni of Ife built for the First Lady. I have something to say about that statue. I'm not speaking about the First Lady's statement that her husband is not. It was at the unveiling of that statue that she made that statement. But I won't say anything about the statement again because it's already in the video. Catch up with it. You don't want to miss it. It's just 10 minutes video. Anyway, I try not to make my video long because so that it can be easy for you to watch. Because I know you have other things to watch as well. Ooni of Ife built a statue. What I want to talk about is the patronage network. And I want to use Ooni of Ife. I want to use Olusegun Oshoba. I want to use both of them to explain the expansion of patronage network to the detriment of the ordinary citizen. You heard me right. Expansion of patronage network to the detriment of the ordinary citizens. Again, expansion of the patronage network to the detriment of ordinary citizens. Let me start with Oshoba. You may have read in the news last week. What's today? Friday, Abi. It was this week. Yes, it was this week, like Monday, that Oshoba said Tinubu must have a second term and Yorubas must rally around him. That it is Yorubas that put him there and Tinubu is a Yoruba project. That Yoruba must rally around him. Yoruba used to say something that Omeni Oni Shedi Bebere Kafi like a di Omenomi. That means that no matter how worst your child is, you won't leave your child to go and favor another child. That's loosely translated. But Oshoba failed to realize that he cannot dictate. First, it is not Yoruba only that made Tinubu president. So when this statement come out from a former governor that is supposed to know, you see that this person is just trying to do eye service so that the Tinubu class, the Tinubu camp can see him as a good person. He wants to patronize them so that it can be in their good books, so that they can see that, oh, Oshoba now our Ooni they do. And why does he want to be seen as that? So that the day that he needs something, he can easily get it. So he is trading Nigerians for his own benefit. Patronage network is a situation whereby you support me, I support you. You back me, I give you. You support me, I support you. You dey support me, I give you. Patronage, you patronize, like buying and selling. You give me your support. You show that you have unfettered support for me. You are crusading around the country about me. Then, I also do things in your favor. For instance, Reno Omokri, I won't be surprised if Reno Omokri is appointed to replace Ajuri Ngilali. I won't be surprised. Because Reno Omokri, that during Buhari's time, is the enemy of Buhari and anything APC, was fighting Buhari silly. I don't even think that maybe he can come to Nigeria maybe during towards the last years of the Buhari administration. If Atiku had won that election, Reno Omokri will be with Atiku. And I will still relate it to the suspension of David Lyon. It's part of my topic. The guy that won governorship election in Bayelsa that the Supreme Court sacked. Now, if this guy had won an election, if Atiku had won the election, by now, Reno Omokri will be shouting articulate. Nobody can speak bad about Atiku. But today, Reno Omokri is the one fighting for Tinubu. When Atiku that is supported, when Atiku called Tinubu T-Pain, Reno Omokri came out and said, T-Pain is not Tinubu's pain, that it should mean temporary pain, that you cannot enjoy without going through pain. Look at the way the guy is trying to spin it. Look at the job that he's doing. That's what we call patronage. Now, Reno Omokri can come to Nigeria, right? He's taking pictures with Tinubu, taking pictures with Nuru Ribadu. That's the essence of a patronage system. So this statement of Olusegun Oshoba, that Nigerians should support Tinubu, that Tinubu must have a second term, and that Tinubu is a Yoruba project. God bless those of you subscribing. I see you here. I appreciate you. If you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification button, and of course, after this broadcast, catch up with my past videos, especially the one that I just uploaded, the one of T-Pain and my response to the First Lady as regards to her statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. So, for somebody like Oshoba, you think that, okay, even if you want to support the president, can't you come on an advisory level that, oh, Nigerians, don't worry, this is what the president is doing, Nigeria will be great, you know, this man means well. But you now came out and say, oh, the president, by fire, by force, must return in 2027. Alaye. The question is, what is the relevance of Oshoba to the life of the ordinary voters? Let me not say ordinary voters. Yoruba man or people from Ogun State. I am partially from Ogun State. What is the relevance of Oshoba, the former governor, to my life as somebody that is partially from Ogun State? What is his relevance? Zero. Zero. He has no relevance. So, and these people, listen to me well, though. It's not like they like Tinubu. Just as I use the case of Reno Omokri now. It's not like maybe there's anything special about Tinubu. It's just the furtherance of a patronage system. for their own selfish gain. Now, let me go to Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife, you recall that when they wanted to do this end bad governance protest, Ooni of Ife was one of the people they summoned to Aso Rock, and they were allegedly sharing money for. You know, when they summoned Obas to talk to their people that, oh, there should be no protest. And I remember seeing Ooni of Ife on TV says, oh, we don't need protest. What we need is dialogue. When we talk to government will listen and all that. He was trying to be an influencer, an anti-protest influencer. And I said it in one of the TV stations that I've analyzed for that. Government is using that old tactics, the tactic that was running in the 70s, in the 80s, because what is the relevance of Ooni of Ife to my life? I want to go and protest. My father did not tell me, stop, don't protest. My mother did not tell me, stop, don't protest. My uncle, my aunts, people that have relevance to my life. Now, I will not say, oh, I feel like protesting, but I'm not going. Ooni of Ife have said that I should not protest. Do you think, in the true sense of it, let's move culture aside. Do you think you are that relevant to the life of ordinary Nigerians or to the life of an ordinary Yoruba man? You have no relevance in their life. There's no major relevance. There's nothing they can look at that can say connect them with Ooni of Ife, other than you are the Ooni of Ife, and Ife is allegedly the origin of the Yoruba race, something like that. That is just the connection. Apart from that, direct impact in the life of ordinary Yoruba man, Ooni of Ife has no direct impact. So if you are now saying people should not protest, when I heard him on TV, I'm like, excuse me, sir, what are you saying? Who are you to tell me not to protest? What's your relevance to my life that you tell me not to protest if I want to protest? You know? I didn't participate in the protest. I wasn't present too. But if I want to participate in protest, I will not stop because Ooni of Ife asked me to stop. No. So now I'm talking about the furtherance of patronage system. If you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Do well to turn on your notification button. And to those of you that are subscribing, I see you here. Of course, I appreciate all of you. Trust me, you will love it. I assure you. Now, Ooni of Ife built a statue. People were complaining about bad governance. You said people should not protest. Now you have opportunity to make impact. You have money. Instead of you to do something that will bring succumb to the people. If you go to Ile-Ife now, you see brown roofs, all these ancient roofs, mud house. You will see them there. You will see people that are impoverished. They don't even have what to eat. You see all this mama. You see them there. This money that you use to build statue that the day Tinubu lose power, or the day anything happens to his government, people will pull down that statue. You want to go and use huge amount to build a very big statue for the First Lady. And you are the one saying people should not protest. Okay, let's think that you want to do eye service. You want to be in the good book of the First Lady. You want the First Lady to see you as a good person. You want to show to the Tinubu government that, oh, you are on their side. You want to further your patronage network. You want to strengthen your patronage system with them. Okay, it's okay. But do you know you can still do it in such a way that the ordinary Nigerian will be involved? I don't know why. I think these people need, maybe they need to bring. In fact, Ooni of Ife should come and subscribe to Polythink. He needs to Polythink. He needs to be a polythinker. Because the money for that, okay, you want to do it to do show off. Like I said, it's not like maybe he loves Remi Tinubu that much. I just gave you an example of Reno Omokri and Atiku. If you like, Daniel Buala and Atiku. I just gave you such examples. Ayo Fayose and Goodluck Jonathan. One would never believe that Ayo Fayose will support Bola Tinubu when Goodluck Jonathan did everything possible for him to return as governor second time, and he knows that it was the Tinubus that orchestrated the removal of Jonathan. So it's not that Ooni of Ife, I can tell you that for free as a political scientist, it's not that maybe he loves Remi Tinubu that much, or Remi Tinubu is such a superwoman like that. He's just trying to further strengthen his patronage network. But the reason why I said even Ooni of Ife need to come and polythink, you need to come and subscribe to this channel. You need to be part of my live videos and be watching my videos. Is that does Ooni of Ife knows that he can still build that statue and still involve the people. Let me tell you what I mean. If you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification button. This is Politin with Dr. Omosoladeji. And of course, Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. And this is where we discuss about politics and happenings in the politics. So if you are watching me for the first time, that means God has destined that you and I will be friends, and that YouTube recommend my video for you today doesn't mean they will recommend it for you tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. A lot is happening in the Nigerian politics and of course in the society as well. You don't want to miss all those analyses and videos, right? So do well to subscribe and turn on your notification button. Now, Ooni of Ife, does he knows that he can still do this thing, further his patronage network and still involve the people? For instance, that statue that he just constructed for the first lady, that big statue, that statue is not making any impact in the life of the ordinary Osun indigene, Ile-Ife indigene, or any Nigerian. It is a big piece of artwork. The piece of artwork will just be there, beaten by the rain, beaten by the sun. It's just there as a piece of artwork. But the money that he used to do that large statue of Remi Tinubu, does Ooni of Ife knows that he can still use that money to do another thing, and that other thing will impact the life of the ordinary people in his community, and it will still further his patronage network with the Tinubu family. What am I trying to say? For instance, the Ooni of Ife can use that money that he used to erect that statue. He can use it to build schools, primary schools. He can use it to go and look for a university in Osun State, maybe Osun State University or FEDPO, Federal Polytechnic Ede. Use that money to build a large lecture theater and name it RTLT, Remi Tinubu Lecture Theater. If you name it Remi Tinubu Lecture Theater, in the next 30 years, that lecture theater will still be there. Generations of people will pass through that school, will use that lecture theater. I did my first degree in Nigeria. It is other book that I read that I read abroad, master's, PhD, but my BSc I did it in Nigeria. And I went to Ogun State University, now OOU. And I told you guys some time ago that there's Adeola Odutola. Adeola Odutola was a big philanthropist. He's a big guy. Yeah, they said he was the middleman between the people and the colonial masters during slave trade. I didn't even know who Adeola Odutola was till I was about 300 level. But I used to see it, AOLT, Adeola Odutola Lecture Theater. So if Ooni of Ife still in furtherance of his patronage, that's why I said they all have to come and polythink. They should not be shy. They should be humble. They tell Ooni of Ife to come and subscribe. Anytime I'm live, he should be joining my live video, so that he can know how to further his patronage network, which is important to him and his survivor. And he can also do it in such a way that it will impact the people. If he has used that money that he used to construct that big statue, and you know how much that statue would have cost, because it has to resemble Remi Tinubu. If he used that money to build RTLT, Remi Tinubu Lecture Theater, in Osun State University or Federal Polytechnic Ede and call the first lady to come and commission it. That first lady, I Ooni of Ife, I have built this in your honor. This is the picture. When he wants to start, he should write the first lady just to notify you, Your Excellency, that I am building a lecture theatre in your honor. This is the architectural master plan of the lecture theatre. It is a 3,000 seater, 2,000 seater, 1,000 seater lecture theatre. It will have public address system. There will be solar panel. There will be this. There will be that. Oh, we want to build it ultra modern. There will be AC inside that lecture theatre. The seat will be made of nice wood, so and so, that we just want to notify you. You can even use it to make money. When the project is now like 80%, he will send it to the first lady and say, First lady, you remember the lecture theatre I said I was building in your honor? Now it is at 80% completion. I just want to remind you that when it is fully completed, we will need you to come and commission it. And at this stage, a lot have been spent. If you wish to contribute, your donation or support will be welcome. If the first lady see that big structure and he sees everything detailed, she may even call Ooni of Ife and say, Ooni, I don't know, it's something that is this big. This one is big. Oh, in my honor, you want to name it Remi Tinubu Lecture Theatre? Don't worry, I will tell so and so to send you 500 million. He has furthered his patronage network. He has seen part of the money that he used to build the lecture theatre, and he has also impacted on the life of the people. I'll give you another example. He has also impacted on the life of the ordinary people. In the next 40-50 years, that lecture theatre will be there. Graduates, masters, PhDs, sandwich program, all of them will be passing through that school. They'll be passing through that lecture theatre, will be useful for them. Nobody will demolish it. But you're going to go and erect a statue that if Tinubu is not in power and anything else, if in fact that statue, you want to hear the truth, Adeleke second term election will be coming up next year, or no, in 2026, I think 2026. If what the police did in Edo recently, that they are accusing the police, if that happened in Osun State, it may be during that election that Osun State people will vex and go and pull down that statue. Owo wogbo, money is gone. Owo wogbo, millions of naira is gone. So you will see that a whole Ooni of Ife that is telling people not to protest because of hardship. He has money. He can only use it to build statue. That's why you see the problem with Nigeria is most people that find themselves in leadership position, they don't have that intellectual sophistry to be able to process some things, and they don't have good advice. I've told you before that Nigerian politicians believe in two things. People that said, I have social scientists, political scientists, they know what they are doing. But what Nigerian politicians usually have is talks, or if you like, private militia and money. That's what they believe politics is about. Have money, have eruku, talks or private militia, you are okay. Once you have those two, if you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Of course, this is Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. And of course, Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. And this is where we discuss about politics and happenings in the polity. I've not been getting comments from you guys. And of course, I want to read your comments, okay? So do well to subscribe. And of course, catch up with my past video. Turn on the notification button. So you imagine that these Nigerian leaders, is it that they don't have that intellectual sophistry? Because that statue, you will see what I'm saying. You will see it. It may be during Adeleke's election, when the electioneering is at its peak, and politicians will be using the name of the president to jawo, and they will be influencing police to side APC, and Ganduje and all these Godswill Akpabio, all these APC big guy will be desperate that we cannot lose Osun State. Or if the cousin of the president, Oyetola, the minister of, is it blue or marine economy, something like that, if he decide to contest, that now is his best time, he still want to return as governor because his brother or his cousin is the president, and money is not a problem. There's money, there's power, there's federal might. The party structure is still in my possession. I cannot let this ticket just go like that. I want this ticket. And if he knows that he will have it, he will want to say, let me contest again. Under such circumstance, it will be a very contested election. It will be a very heated election. It may be during that election, close to that election, that police will do something, or there will be an unnecessary show of force or something that will annoy the people, and they'll go and pull down that structure, that statue that Ooni of Ife built for First Lady Remi Tinubu, and that's the end. Why can't Ooni of Ife use the money of that statue to look for a community in Ife that there's no borehole? Look for a community and erect borehole for that community. If such a person now comes in the future and say, don't protest, that government is trying, that what we need is dialogue, I think I would like to listen to him. But Alaye, you will say don't protest. You have money that you are supposed to use to create Socom to support the government. You want to go and use it to build statue that is not useful for anybody, that is not impactful in the life of anybody, that is in a state that development is not at its peak. In your community, there are poor people. Then you can't use it to build school. You can't use it to build primary health care clinic. You can't use it to build borehole and name it in favor of Remi Tinubu. You cannot use that money to go and build lecture theater. You use it to build statue. That is, see, this mistake is what Nigerian leaders, most of them, is what they do repeatedly. For instance, the president now, you will say there's no money, you go and buy jet. Bros, why not sell two? Let Nigeria know that you sold it. Then use the money of that two. You can add small change to it and buy one. Then you now tell people that, see, now I sold this one, so I just add money to buy two. Then to buy one, I sold two to buy one. Does that not make sense to any logical reasoning person? So, furtherance of patronage network. I don't want to speak about the statement because it was during that commissioning that the First Lady said that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. So if you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe to my channel so that you can catch up with that video. Okay, I have a video on why the president is also being called T-Pain. To those subscribing, I see you here. I appreciate you. God bless you. But I don't want to speak about the statement of the president because I already have a video on that, and it's just a 10 minutes video. You know, all my points are there, so I don't want to discuss it here. So to me, Ooni of Ife and Aremu Olusegun Oshoba, based on my analysis, are just trying to further their patronage network. Now let's go to Bayelsa State very quickly. There's something going on in Bayelsa, which I want you to learn something important from. You know, I told you about Reno Mokri, Atiku, Daniel Bwala Atiku, and I want to say something about Bayelsa State that you will learn some life lessons from. When you think people like you, I'm not saying there are people that don't like you. There are few people that genuinely likes you, but what people like is not you as a person. Don't feel like a star. They don't like anybody less. It's that thing that you have that they like. Don't think, oh, they like me. They like me. It's a lie. You are lying. It is that position that you have, that money, that power, that influence, that connection that they like, not you. So don't feel like a star that they like you. Who are you? I've given people an example that if there are two twin brothers, and they look alike, they have the same height, they speak the same way, they have the same stature, and these two twin brothers, one is very rich, one is a truck pusher, is very, very poor. The same stature, the same mother, same father that gave birth to them. If that one that is pushing truck toast a lady, the lady will look and say, me to you? Ha! Am I that bad? Hey, see my life, oh, see the person toasting me. After a while, let the other twin brother that dress nice, carrying good car, nice perf, clean boy, let him go and approach that same lady and say, hello, beautiful. That lady will smile, will release her number, will give attention. I'm not trying to stereotype ladies. I'm just using this as an example. You understand? We have good ladies, so don't think as if maybe I'm saying this against ladies. No, we have very good ladies. I'm just using this as an example. You see that guy, why was that guy given attention? It's not because he's tall. No, his replica, his twin brother, is also tall. It's not because he's handsome. His twin brother is also handsome. They are same mother, same father. It's just that one is poor, one is rich. That is exactly how it is in terms of power. There's a running battle in APC in Bayelsa State currently. And the APC guys there said a faction, to put it like that, suspend David Lyon. Do you know David Lyon? Let me remind you. If everything had gone well today, David Lyon will still be the governor of Bayelsa State. David Lyon was that governor that Supreme Court sacked because of the name of his deputy that they said he asked for identity. You remember that guy, Remi or something like that, that he asked for names. So if the Supreme Court have not sacked Lyon's the deputy and say, oh, it is a joint ticket, so because your deputy has like a false identity, both of you sacked. David Lyon today will be the governor of Bayelsa State because he would have won the election. Even Uzodinma, that was promoted from number 4 to number 1, won the election. Not to now talk of David Lyon. Now, if David Lyon is the governor of Bayelsa State, what would have happened? One, he will have unfettered access to the president. If, as a governor, if you want to see the president, they will give you priority on a normal deal. If they don't see you as an opposition governor and think you want to play politics. During EndSARS, when Sanwo-Olu collected the demands from protesters in Lagos and he went straight to Abuja, you can see that they gave him instant access to Buhari. So as a governor, you have fast access to the president. So if David Lyon had been the governor, he will have unfettered access to President Bola Tinubu. If David Lyon had remained, I'm going somewhere, if David Lyon had remained the governor, he would have immunity. Immunity means that he cannot stand trial for any offense. Even if David Lyon kills somebody, they have to wait till he's no longer governor before they can charge him before a court of law. They have to wait. So if David Lyon had been the governor of Bayelsa State, he would have immunity. I'm going somewhere, follow me. If David Lyon had been the governor of Bayelsa State, rather than being suspended as they are doing now, David Lyon would have been in control of the state budget, the state revenue. He would have been in charge of appointment. My people, do you understand me at all? He would have been in charge of something like he would have had enormous powers. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel so that we can always discuss politics and happenings in the polity together. So if David Lyon had been the governor, I've talked about political power. Let us go to his relationship with those he is governing. His relationship with those he is governing. If David Lyon had been the governor, everybody will be rallying to look for his favor. Remember I said that if you are a governor, remember I said it, that remember I used a case of twins that one is rich, one is poor. I'm putting it in context now. They would have said, oh, you must go for second term. You are the best. Everybody will be worshiping him. He's supposed to be the governor, if not for Supreme Court. But because he failed to be the governor, some people, some faction came together in Bayelsa and said they suspend David Lyon. That's why, I told you that in life, just always pray for God's grace and mercy. Don't think you are a superstar. When people see you and they give you respect and say, yes, sir. Do you want to hear the truth? That your gate man that used to respect you, that will see you any small thing, every sentence will be ending it, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. See, God forbid, if anything happens to you and that your gate man pick and he has money, you will see that sir, the way he will commot it, he will commot that sir, and the way he will come for you, he will come for you very ruggedly. So that means that it is not you that gate man is respecting. It is that money that you have. It is that boss that God has programmed you to be that gate man is respecting. So if David Lyon had been the governor, he won't know that it is that. He would think maybe some people love him. And the way the people play politics in Nigeria, that, oh, you are the best. Could there be anything anything good that God has created except you? You would think they love you. No, they don't. It is that power. You see, should I tell you the truth? If Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I'm looking for a strong supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I'm thinking of one, a very strong supporter. Maybe you can help me in the comment section. A very, very strong supporter of, okay, let me use Joe Igbokwe. But if you remember anyone, please put it in the comment section. Somebody that you know that is a staunch supporter of President Tinubu. But Joe Igbokwe comes to my mind. It's a good example. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu had lost that election, and let's say somebody like Peter Obi had won the election, what Remi Tinubu is doing today, it may be Joe Igbokwe that will be doing it to Peter Obi. Are you listening to me at all? I'll put it in context. I'll break it down for you. If you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button so that we can always politing together. This is Politing with Dr. Moshola Deji. And of course, Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. And this is where we discuss politics and happenings in the politics. So if you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe. Do well to turn on your notification button. YouTube, if you know, recommend my video for you tomorrow. So do well to subscribe now. For those of you that are subscribing, of course, I'm seeing you here. God bless all of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, if Peter Obi had won the election, what Remi Tinubu is doing today, that Atiku, Jonathan was his boss, then later he aligned with Atiku. During the 2023 election, Remi Tinubu was working for Atiku. He is one of the writer or something of Atiku. Daniel Buala was one of the presidential campaign spokesperson for Atiku Abubakar. Now he's with Tinubu. So I've given you two examples. If it was Peter Obi that won the election and is now the president, that they are saying, oh, President Peter Obi, President Peter Obi, President Peter Obi, it may be somebody like Joe Igbokwe. Joe Igbokwe, you know that guy in Lagos that usually, even attack his own Igbo people, that is a strong supporter of Tinubu. I'm looking for another example, but none comes to mind now. If you remember anybody that you can point to, please put it in the comment section. But somebody like Joe Igbokwe may suddenly decide to be supporting Peter Obi. That's when he will suddenly realize that he's an Igbo man. And the way you are surprised now that Remi Tinubu is now supporting Tinubu, Daniel Buala. If Atiku had won that election, you still be with Buala now. You still be with Atiku. The way you are surprised. If Obi had won the election, it may be Joe Igbokwe that will now be forming alliance with Peter Obi. Let me give you another example. Our brother Nyesom Wike, Nyesom Wike, the political troublemaker. No one come close to him. Nyesom Wike wanted to be president. The North played fast trick on him. God bless those subscribing. Of course, I see you here. If you are to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. The North played a fast trick on Nyesom Wike. Atiku emerged. Nyesom Wike lobbied. I have a video to upload tomorrow about where Dino Melaye was accusing Nyesom Wike. I've already recorded it. I will upload it tomorrow. I will play Nyesom Wike's statement where he came hard on Dino Melaye's statement, the video where he came hard on Nyesom Wike. I will now do a brief analysis to wrap it up. I also have another video that I want to upload of this notable Yoruba actress that is calculating how much she used to survive. And she said, oh, she's spending over 2 million naira on just survivor. And she break it down how she's spending the 2 million. And it's not that she's living like extravagant life. Oh. The video is with me. I would upload it. I've already, cut that part. Then I'll do a brief analysis to follow it. Trust me, it won't be more than 10-12 minutes. So it will be easy for you to watch. So those two videos. So if you are watching me and you are here to subscribe to this channel. I have a video of my response to the First Lady, Remi Tinubu, as regards the statement of her husband. And I also have another new video on why the president is being called T-Pain. 7 reasons why the president is being called T-Pain. Make sure you catch up with that. I also have I have another video that I've recorded. I'm a political scientist with a PhD. So yesterday, I record videos today. Yesterday, I sat down. I recorded 5 videos, 5 different topics. I had already dropped them on my phone. I will record one off it, go and record another one. 5 videos at a sitting. This is how I'm seated. I recorded 5 videos. Out of that 5 videos, I've uploaded, I think, 2 or 3. Remaining 2 that is just there resting. I have another one that I record today. So you don't want to miss this channel for anything. It's a bipartisan platform, so do well to subscribe. I've given you, I'm not supposed to give you the clue of the video I want to upload next for self. I like to just be dropping it like it's hot, dropping like it's hot, dropping like it's hot, dropping like it's hot. That's how I like to drop my video. I dropped one before coming live. I just dropped it, then I came live. So you see that if Nyesom Wike had succeeded in being the deputy of Atiku, and Dino Melaye said that story, I will upload the video tomorrow. Subscribe, watch out for it. You don't want to miss it. If Nyesom Wike has succeeded, that means that in that election, Nyesom Wike would have been Tinubu's enemy as vice presidential candidate of the PDP. He would have been attacking Tinubu. He would have been abusing Tinubu. But because his interest was not met, what did he do? He started doing what? He started supporting Tinubu. Now, if Atiku had won that election and Nyesom Wike was the vice, right now they will be Tinubu's political enemy. So it's not that Nyesom Wike likes Tinubu. No. That's why I've warned you, my fellow politicians. Don't think maybe you're occupying one position and you think one lady loves you. They play. You think everybody loves. No, is that your position that they like? If they won the election, they would have been an enemy of Tinubu. But today, Nyesom Wike is singing the praises of Tinubu. Let me give you another example. Nyesom Wike tried to win the ticket of PDP. He lost out. He tried to be Atiku's vice. He lost out. If he had succeeded in being Atiku's vice, that he was nominated by Atiku instead of Ifeanyi Okowa, will Nyesom Wike be preaching southern agenda, that power must not go to north, power must go to the south? That's why you need to be politically intelligent. When they bring all these things, I will just look them like and say, that's why I'm a political scientist. I dey see everything. What am I trying to say? If Atiku had picked Nyesom Wike, that okay, Wike be my vice presidential candidate instead of Okowa, Nyesom Wike would have collected it, would have worked hard for Atiku to win that election. He would have seek to further the northern agenda. But because he lost out, that was when he remembered that no, power cannot stay in the north. He was now using southern agenda. That the reason why he didn't support Atiku is because power cannot remain in the north. What am I trying to say? In life, sometimes it is that power that you have that people are expecting. When you are a big man, some of you watching me, you are big guys. You have fine, very fine house that you built for yourself. You have very fine car. Some of you, if you come to Nigeria, you just come from abroad, you know, everything chilling. And people are respecting you, hailing you. Don't think they like you. It's that status that you have that they are respecting you. That was what came to my mind when I heard about the suspension of David Lyon. I'm like, this life is not what dying for after all. Because this David Lyon that is suspend now, if not for the Supreme Court, this guy would have been the governor. And if guy is the governor, I was now looking at it as a political scientist, the kind of power this guy will have, this kind of influence. In fact, they will not even allow anybody to contest against him for the second term. And the party will see, you will see what will happen in APC in 2027. They will say they have only one ticket that is for Tinubu. All the APC guys will come together and say Tinubu is our presidential candidate. We don't have any opposition to his candidacy. It happened during Jonathan's time. That's what will happen. You will see. You will see. If you are watching me for the first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel. This is Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. And of course, Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we discuss about politics and happenings in the polity. So do well to subscribe, do well to turn on your notification button, and for to the people that have been showing love, that have been subscribing, I appreciate all of you. God bless you. Trust me, do well. If you are watching me for the first time, you see, you need to subscribe because I told you the videos that I'm here to upload. I'm the type that if I sit down once, I can record 5 videos, different topics. That's why you see, if you watch some of my videos, I'm putting on the same cloth. It's because I recorded all the video at once. Today, I've recorded video. Yesterday, I recorded 5. And one of my videos that you need to watch is my response to the First Lady when she said her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. Go and watch it after this live. And also, why the president is called T-Pain. Go and watch it. Nemesis. That one has over about 8,000 views now. The one on Nyesom Wike, where I compiled, where he's talking from both sides of the mouth, that one has about maybe about 15,000 or 13,000 views now. And if you look at my platform, read my profile, of course, you know what to expect. So if you are here to subscribe, trust me, you don't want to miss it. For politics, this is the platform of it. I'm not an engineer. If you give me engineering work, I will fail. I am a political scientist. And trust me, I'm good at what I am. So when they said they suspend David Lyon, my heart shook because I know the power of a governor. Do you know what governors face? Because of the kind of politics we practice, people worship them. You heard me right, oh. When I mean worship, I mean true worship. Oh. People worship them. People adore them. And that's why that the power becomes addictive. It becomes like a cocaine, weed, alcohol. Imagine that you're opportune to be a governor now. Bam. And for 8 years, people are worshiping you. People are exalting you. You see people that they will worship you as if you are a god. I'm telling you. See, your father's mate will prostrate to greet you. Your father's mate. Your mother's mate will kneel down for you. Women will seduce you. If you are going, that escort bike, like 4 or 6, depending on how you want it, depending on how flamboyant you are, will first of all be going first to go and do surveillance. Then ambulance will be following you. Police, DSS will be following you. Jeep, depending on how flamboyant you are, it may be 30 Jeep that will be following you, and you are not spending 1 kobo to maintain this thing. The power to hire and fire. If your state have a university, you really want to appoint the vice chancellor. So many powers. Money is coming in. The lazy democracy we practice, our quasi-federalism, whereby any idiot can be a governor. Free money will be coming every month. You don't need to be intelligent to be a governor. You don't need to know how to make money. The little money that they make in the state, internal generated revenue, once the one from the federal come, feeding bottle democracy. Every month, the federal government will say, yeah, take, you to stop. Feeding bottle democracy. You don't need to be intelligent to be governor in Nigeria. And that's why you see every ragtag, charlatan, street touching want to be a governor. And some of them eventually find their way to be governor. So imagine the power whereby you are sitting on. Do you know why they want to kill themselves in Rivers State? You think it's because they love Rivers people. Fubara will be sitting on the money with internally generated revenue, Rivers being an oil producing state. Fubara will be sitting on the money maybe like 30 billion every month. Every month, not every year. Every month. The money is just coming from all quarters. People will register their marriage, they will register their debt, they will school is generating money, government ministries, transport is generating money from keke marua, okada, luxury something, all these truck that they used to carry goods. Then the market women, every day they are tearing tickets for them. Imagine that money in the whole of a state. If they put you in charge of the money from Mushin local government for 1 week in Lagos, you cannot be poor again in your life. Just all the money that Mushin local government is making, they should just give you for just 1 week is too much. 3 days, you cannot be poor again in your life. So imagine somebody in charge of the whole state. Do you know the kind of money? That's why they want to kill themselves in Rivers. So it's not that maybe they like any Rivers citizen. Okay. Of all the struggle in Rivers, how many times do you hear them mention Rivers citizen? Is it that they are talking of budget, they are talking of the camp or no the camp, they are talking of Godfather or no Godfather? By the way, I have a video on why Fubara cannot be trusted. I've made many videos about Nyesom Wike. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not like a great fan. But I have just one video on Fubara titled Why Fubara Cannot Be Trusted. I recorded it yesterday. I'm here to edit and upload it. That's why if you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, I'm sure you don't want to miss it, okay? So do well to subscribe to this channel. Why Fubara Cannot Be Trusted. Maybe I will upload it tomorrow. I also have another video on how Nyesom Wike, how this godfatherism battle, how it will end. I have started it as a political scientist using different empirical instances, then using a philosophy to back it. I have the video. It's on this device that I'm using to stream live. I've recorded it, but I'm here to upload it. So I upload videos every day because I can't get to talk about all the topic here. And that's why I say that my videos, if I want to upload it, I try that it should not be more than 15 minutes. Before on one topic, I can analyze for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But I realize that people have short attention lifespan, even especially if it's not live video. So that's why I record. So my recording is no more than 15 minutes max. So do well to subscribe so that you can catch up. And a lot of things is coming. The war in River State is just starting. There is serious war. And I'm using my word. Truly, war. Did you hear what I said? War is coming in River State. Serious war. Anything I tell you as a political scientist, if you doubt it, you are on your own. War. Because Wike is not willing to back out. He has seen the power as his birthright. He has seen it as maybe like something that his ancestors willed to him. In that kind of instance, that he sees the power as his legitimate right, the implication of it is that he is not willing to back down. And is working under a president that cannot sack him. You heard me right. Go and watch one video that I uploaded today. Why I target Rivers political crisis. Why President Tinubu cannot afford to sack Wike. It's on my YouTube. I told you I upload videos. So if you are here to subscribe, you are missing. Click the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Some of you think it's money. Click it. Click the bell by the side. And let's always politain. I have like 3 videos to upload tomorrow. You don't want to miss them. 3 or 4, sir. So there's war coming in Rivers State. So before I go to Rivers, I was talking about Bayelsa. I said power is addictive. And that is what is worrying somebody like Wike. He has been a governor for 8 years. He has lived an unquestionable life. He had lived a life of adoration. People are adoring him. People are worshiping him. He gets everything he wants at his beck and call. The kind of democracy we have, democracy without accountability. Once you install your right-hand man as the speaker of the State House of Assembly, you can do anything you like. See the way our organ Tinubu is doing the way he like. Akpabio is his right-hand man. That's all you need. So somebody that have lived unquestioned, somebody that has lived in monumental wealth, that is sitting on River State, all the money in River State, being an oil-producing state, intern-generated revenue, allocation, everything, I'm sure should not be less than 25 billion, if not more than that. He's sitting on that kind of money every month for 8 years in an unchecked democracy. Anything he says is final. Commissioner of Finance, go and give that person 10 million. You say, yes, sir. You go and do this. Yes, sir. And he's used to doing that. He's used to living like that for 8 years. That he has been living such a life of luxury. Such a life that is like that of a mini god, or if you like, a demigod, or a god with a small letter G. Are you with me? He has been living that kind of life. You now want such a man to live. And Nigerian democracy is funny. Once you leave everything behind. I have a video on this my phone. When Buhari was president, they showed this video. About 50 security agencies were following him, even more than 50. When he was no longer president, only 2 were following him. Only 2. So if you are the type that you have gotten addicted to that power, to now leave that power and say, oh, I leave all this money, I've served my tenure, I'm going. I leave all this power, all this adoration, all this influence, I leave it. My tenure is done, I'm going. It's always difficult. That's why you see that people want to struggle to be a godfather. They want to install, because why? There's a lot of infraction that would have gone on. They don't want an opposition to take over, to come and be opening their can of worms. And so that they can still further that political imperialism. That's why you see that Oshiomhole struggled to install Obaseki. Amosun almost killed himself to install this AA. I've forgotten the name, but Dakwa Abiodun, the LAU of Ogun State, with the help of Bola Tinubu conquered Amosun. That's why you see that Akpabio struggled to install Udom Emmanuel. The examples are bound that, okay, even if I'm no longer the governor, let me still be in charge one way or the other. That's why they struggle to be godfathers, and that's why they want to kill themselves. Because it is a fight for you to be able to continue to live the life that you've been living before. You know, if you are a godfather and your governor fears you that you can remove him, you still have right to spend, you have right to earn illegally, you have right to appoint, so that power is addictive. That is what is worrying somebody like Nyesom Wike. So to wrap up on this Bayelsa, before I go to Rivers, is that I felt touched that, David Lyon, who could have thought that Bayelsa politician of any type, no matter how high ranking you are, can sit and say they want to suspend David Lyon. But because the Supreme Court have sacked him and is no longer he was not sworn in as the governor. That's how some of these people are moving against him now. If the Supreme Court have not sacked him, all of them will be worshiping him now. So no matter the position you occupy, don't deceive yourself that maybe people like you. If you see people worshiping you, adoring you, most of them, it is that money, it is that power that you have that they like. If Tinubu lose power today, look at it. When Buhari was president, he appointed Festus Keyamo as Minister of State for Labour. Festus Keyamo did not talk. When Tinubu won the election and they were doing validity service, Festus Keyamo had the courage to be telling Buhari to his face that, maybe he shouldn't have appointed the way he appointed. He said something I can't remember. If Buhari can do a third term, Festus Keyamo will not speak. So if Tinubu lose the election or is not the president, it won't come as a surprise for me as a political scientist if somebody like Femi Gbajabiamila, his chief of staff, decide to pitch tent with Atiku or Peter Obi. It won't come to me as a surprise because I know that it is not like most of these guys. It is not like they like Tinubu. I'm not saying that there are people that don't like you. Of course, it is expected that your wife will like you genuinely, your child, your family, some of your friends, some people that you meet in life that they will like you genuinely. But don't think that everybody like you or you are one superstar. No, it is that power that you like. But then I'm not saying it is everybody that likes you because of your power. I need to say that so that you won't go and be telling your friend that they like me because of, or you won't see your wife and be thinking the innocent woman likes you because of your power. No. If you think like that, you are a mumu man. Don't be a mumu man. So this life, now may God dey help us. Now, I said there is serious war coming in Rivers State. When Fubara thought he's winning, everybody think that Fubara is winning. The appeal court just gave a judgment that, that pro-Wike lawmaker, that, if I say they're legit. What can be used to avert war in Rivers State is two things, and one of the two must happen. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. One of the two must happen. God bless those subscribing. I see you here. I appreciate you. If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel so that we can always pull it in together. Like I usually say, that YouTube recommend my video for you today doesn't mean they will recommend it tomorrow. And if you're listening to me for a while, you know, feel am. Do you want to miss this kind of vibe? I'm sure you don't want to miss it, okay? God bless those subscribing. I see you here. I appreciate you. And don't miss my video that I uploaded. You know, I told you why President Tinubu is being called T-Pain. After this live, make sure you watch it. And also watch my response to First Lady Remi Tinubu's statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. You don't want to miss it. They are just about 10 minutes video. And do well to subscribe so that we can always put the thing together. To those of you subscribing, I see you here. You know, God bless all of you. I'm seeing you at the background. Just that I can't be calling all your names. You know, it will be too stressful for me. What time do I want to use to analyze? You know, but God bless all of you. Thanks for subscribing. I see you. Two things, and one of them must happen for peace to reign in Rivers State. Number one, first, before I say those two things, as it is now in Rivers State, there's no going back. It don't set. You know that conflict go worse so it will be irreconcilable. It just be like husband and wife that they fight. If the fight never enter body, if they never abuse each other mama, each other papa, they never abuse each other ancestor, the family never know about them, they never choke each other bottle, the fight still dey resolvable. But if you don't reach some certain level, even if you are part of the family, you know, sir, this marriage is gone. They can't resolve this. Now so this reverse thing, now so it be now. It don't pass reconciliation. For peace to reign, there's two options and one must happen. Number one, Fubara must be willing to go back into being a puppet, into being a zombie. Turn left, yes sir. Turn right, yes sir. Stand at it, yes sir. Turn around, yes sir. To use the song of late sage Fela Nicola Pokuti, Fubara must be ready to be a zombie. That must happen in Rivers State for peace to reign. He must be ready to carry elders and go and prostrate before Wike and said, my Lord, why art thou forsaking me? I have returned. I'm a prodigal son. Once I was lost, but now I'm fine. I'm found. Wike, you remain my political Lord and Savior. There may be peace, at least till 2027. If Fubara will allow Wike to be the, should I say, de facto president, governor, to rule by proxy, maybe there may be peace. Option 2. And first, this option 1, I don't see it happening. Like I said, using the example of marriage, the matter don't pass reconciliation. Option 2 is if Wike is willing to give up, that, oh, I've served my time. Installing God's son is a political risk. Kwankwaso did it with Ganduje. It didn't turn out well. He accepted his fate. Oshiomhole did it with Obaseki. It didn't turn out well. He accepted his fate. Akpabio did it with Udom Emmanuel. It didn't turn out well. He accepted his fate. Nyesom Wike, I've done it. It's not turning out well. Oh, let me accept my fate, Jare. Godfatherism is try your luck. This Fubara is just a stubborn boy. He's a useless boy. Let me just leave him. We'll meet in 2027. Just as Kwakwanso did with Ganduje. Just as Oshiomhole did with Obaseki. Right? The reason why there was relative peace in those states before the election was because the godfather chose to take a back seat. He chose to give up. That's why there was peace in those states. If not, there won't be peace. But Wike has refused to give up. So there can only be peace because the matter of River State is going to get worse. In fact, it hasn't even started safe. It has not started though. It's just about to start. You will see. If the court affirms the pro-Wike faction, the next thing they want to do, Wike doesn't know how to calm down. They want to impeach Fubara by fire, by force. They want to back it up with federal might. And that will bring problem. Because there will be one court case to another. Right now, there's about 50 court cases on the rivers issue. You see how politicians are behaving like spoiled children. And that's why I can't support godfatherism. When you were governor, Wike, you enjoyed all the right of a governor. You enjoyed all the full privilege of a governor. Fubara was one of your appointees. What he learned from you is, if you are in charge, be in charge. That was what he learned from you. For instance, if somebody is working with you, you think that person is not learning from you. That's why some of you that use curse to talk to your wife, your children is learning. You want to call your wife, you say, Oloshi, Olobuku. Your children is learning. You will think that thing you are saying is right. So I hope your child will not get to school and they will say, what's the name of your mother? And you go and say, the name of my mommy is Oloshi. I hope that will not happen. If you are watching me for the first time or you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe to this channel. And of course, this is Politing with Dr. Omosholadeji. Dr. Omosholadeji is a short blog on analysis of politics and happenings in the polity. And of course, Deji has a PhD in political science. And this is where we discuss about politics and happenings in the politics. So if YouTube recommend my video for you, that means God has destined that you and I will be friends. So do well to subscribe and do well to turn on your notification button. And catch up with my videos. Okay, I have interesting videos that I just upload. Do well to catch up with it. You don't want to miss it for anything. So, what Fubara learned from you is different. Fubara learned from you that if you are in charge, you must be in charge. So you expect that Fubara learned political independence from you. He will now collect power from you and be a political slave. It can't happen. So what can bring peace is Fubara willing to return to a puppet. That cannot happen. Or Nyesom Wike playing the Obaseki, the Kwakwanso, the Akpabio style of being a repentant godfather that, okay, do your government, we meet in 2027. And I don't see that happening. Nyesom Wike is unwilling to give up. And I've also analyzed why the president cannot sack Nyesom Wike. That video is on my YouTube channel now. It is hot. I released it today. So I won't dwell on that. Do you want to know why the president, despite the call, say, oh, that people have been saying, it's because Wike is this, is that. Oh, sack Wike. Do you want to know why? Subscribe, turn on the notification. You can see the subscribe button in front of you. Click it so that you can catch up with that video. I also have a video on 7 reasons why Nigeria is calling the president T-Pain. You know, they are saying T-Pain, T-Pain, T-Pain. Who is T-Pain? There's an American rapper called T-Pain. Some of you will know him, T-Pain. He's a songwriter, producer. But why are they calling the president T-Pain? What are the 7 real reasons? With empirical facts, catch up with it. Then, my latest video on this same YouTube channel is why it's my response to the First Lady on her statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. You don't want to miss it. I have a video tomorrow where a popular actress was listing her expenses and she said she spent 2 million per month. The actress is not living extravagant life. So I will upload it. No, I will add a brief analysis to it after the video. Just a very brief analysis, like 5 minutes. I will upload it tomorrow so that you know that the hardship, you reach everybody. It's there everywhere. Also, tomorrow I have the video of Dino Melai where he finished Wike and he made some important expositions about the personality of Wike. So that video, I will take it, then put a bit of analysis, because I won't just like you to watch it. I would like to point out some things in it for you. That is happening tomorrow. So if you don't subscribe, YouTube may not recommend my page for you. How will you get to see those videos? You don't want to miss it. So do well to subscribe to this channel. And for those that are subscribing, of course, I'm seeing all of you here. God bless you. I appreciate you. So it is either Fubara is willing to be a puppet, which cannot happen, or Wike is willing to answer, which cannot happen. So till 2027, Rivers State will always be in the news. Because why? One man has served his time. He has enjoyed. The state is not your personal property, but you don't want to give up. And also, I have a video on Fubara. Fubara. Everybody is supporting Fubara, including me. I don't wish that Nyesom Wike should succeed as a godfather, because Rivers State will pay for it. But then, can Fubara be trusted? I also have a video on that. Interesting videos. So the appeal court affirmed that, pro-Wike faction is the real faction. Now, let me touch on a topic before I go. APC slams Amaechi for inciting hardship. I'll talk tomorrow live by the grace of God. I'll talk on the PDP crisis. But let me just do this of this Amaechi very briefly and just go. APC is slamming Amaechi. First, let us establish something. Amaechi said that there's hardship in the land, that he even wonder why people are not protesting, and that Nigerians are very soft, that even him and his mother cannot buy diesel to fuel their generator well. The video is just a short clip, maybe like 3 minutes or so. Now, APC slammed him that Amaechi is inciting protest. First, let us establish that if everything had gone right, if luck, opportunity, good political permutation, calculation, favoritism, patronage network, if these things had worked in favor of Amaechi, Amaechi would be the president of Nigeria today. Because during the presidential election, the presidential primary, it was Amaechi that came second. Even Oshibajo, I think, came third. But just that the margin of lead of Tinubu was much. And I've told you why. It's not because Tinubu is the most intelligent. Oshibajo is the most intelligent. But the people that voted, the delegates, Nigerian politicians, they are game boys. And Tinubu is a gamer. Tinubu knows how to play ball with you. What do you want? This is what I want. How do we do it? This is how we should do it. Somebody just gave me a like. God bless you for liking my video. I hope you've subscribed and turn on your notification button. So, Tinubu, as he is a game boy. He's a gamer. Nigerian politicians are game boy. Oshibajo is more of a scholar, is more of a pastor. Who pastor help? Pastor wey no go show love. Pastor that things cannot happen in his government. He'll be claiming over righteous, he'll be claiming philosophical. Who philosophy help? Ogbeni, get out of here, nigga. They went for Tinubu, that they know that, Alaye, Jagaban, Bullion Van, Twale. They went for him. And they said, this is our presidential candidate. But if everything had gone right, it would have been Amaechi, because he's the second runner-up. So let's say that maybe anything happens. I don't want to wish Tinubu bad. Maybe it was Amaechi that would have benefited from it. So Amaechi we can't say he's a nobody. And he is a potential president. Another thing is, Amaechi is a. I will still come for Amaechi. Those of you that you are my regular viewers, you know how we roll. But let me give Amaechi his flowers first before I come for him. 2, Amaechi, apart from that, is a private citizen who should be able to express himself, his perspective about the government that is governing over him in a democracy. Amaechi does not have to be a political figure. So long as he is a Nigerian and Nigeria is governing over him, in a democracy, he has right to share his perspective. And to him, his perspective is, there's this strange hardship, I can't even buy diesel, and it's surprising Nigerians are not reacting. That's his perspective. Well established. But then, Amaechi is coming to talk. Amaechi that served under Buhari, and the problem the Buhari administration created is what Tinubu is struggling to clean up. He served under a government that collected money and used oil as collateral. And Nigeria earned mainly from oil. So even the money, they've used it as, the oil, they've even used it as collateral. So how will Nigeria earn? And that's why Tinubu is removing fuel subsidy, removing electricity tariff, because why? There's no money. It's just that Tinubu did not apply 100% wisdom. Because you are saying no money. You want people to believe you. You are buying jet, you are buying car. How will people believe you? But truly, there's no money. Because Buhari created monumental mess. Buhari messed up the system. But Tinubu, for political correctness, that is APC, is not saying anything. If it was PDP that handed over to Tinubu, they would have been finished by now. So you, Amaechi, that served under that government for 8 years, there's a new government in power, just 1 year, 6 months. You are coming to complain. You. It's worthy for everybody to complain, not you, Amaechi. Not you. Complain should not dare come from somebody like you. How dare you complain? You that you enjoyed under the Buhari government for 8 years. You and Buhari, you were part of the Federal Executive Council that ruined Nigeria to the way Nigeria is now under Buhari. So you are now coming to speak and say there is hardship. Did you guys lay the good foundation for Tinubu? If Tinubu is not mindful of being politically correct, if he wants to come for Buhari, Buhari will be finished. And some of all these guys, all these Malami, all these guys that were high-handed during Buhari's time. But Tinubu choose to be politically correct. So which mouth does Amaechi, what mouth is he using to talk that Nigerians are not protesting? The same protest that he wouldn't have encouraged under Buhari. So if there's a third term and Buhari is still the president, will Amaechi have said that there is hardship? Then him saying that he doesn't have money to even buy this is a big lie. We know how profitable politics is in Nigeria. Since 1999, Amaechi has been, the only time that Amaechi has been free is since this 2023 till now. 1 year, 6 months. In the life of Nigeria's political dispensation, Amaechi has been busy throughout. He has been occupying one position or the other. When democracy returned in 1999, and Odili was, now the Nigerian democracy is about 25 years, right? Out of that 25 years, Amaechi has only been idle for 1 year. When democracy returned in 1999, Peter Odili was governor of Rivers State. Amaechi was Peter Odili's boy. You know what they call boy? Normal boy. Even some people said he was living in Peter Odili's boys' quarter. Amaechi was literally a nobody. But Peter Odili, like other Nigerian politicians, when he was contesting for governor, he decided to put Amaechi in House of Assembly. When he won, and Amaechi won, Peter Odili decided to install Amaechi as the Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly. That this one, they no born and when, now my boy. If you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel. This is Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. And Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. And this is where we discuss, we analyze, we propagate, we assert about politics and happenings in the politics. So do well to subscribe to this channel so that you can always catch up with my live and other videos. For those of you subscribing, I appreciate all of you. I'm seeing you here. Just that I can't be reading out your names one after the other, but God bless you. I appreciate you. Now, as I was saying, Odili installed Amaechi. After Odili served 8 years, and Amaechi served 8 years as Speaker, Odili left. Amaechi was permutating to be governor. He has solidified, just like Tinubu and Oshibajo, game boy, game master. The Rivers political elite know that Amaechi, I'ma forget to game boy. If Amaechi be governor, I'ma forget things go joy. No, forget and we go enjoy. That's how Nigerian politicians, they don't care about maybe somebody that can fix the country. They think about who will be there that they will, and that's why I'm not surprised Tinubu won the election. Tinubu is a type that he doesn't care. He can give you anything. The guy they spend, oh, now as in now spend out. Tinubu don't know the amount where they know they spend. So Amaechi had built some political network, but they snatched the ticket for him and give Omeya. They fought all the way to Supreme Court. And Amaechi, I think I've heard him, I've watched him in a video where he said he had already given up. In fact, he was already in Ghana. Maybe he was trying to relocate to Ghana, that he doesn't have anything. Politics is very expensive. That he was empty. That I think before they pronounced him governor, he even called one of his friends. Oh boy, how far? Things don't read, oh. Things no joy, oh. Show me love, oh. And that his friend maybe sent him something or promised him something. Then Amaechi, his life was in shambles. But when the Supreme Court said they would give judgment, God bless you for liking this video. And if you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe to this channel. Yeah. For those of you subscribing, I see you here. God bless all of you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Subscribe so that you can be part of the Politing family. Let's be discussing politics and happenings in the politics. I have videos on VDM, right? I did video on Davido and Wizkid, why they can never be friends till they are old. So my platform is not just all about politics. God bless you for subscribing. And please turn on the notification button. Like this video as well. So when Supreme Court says they want to give judgment, Amaechi did not really, it can either be here or there. But all of a sudden, Supreme Court just gave the judgment in his favor. Boom. That was how Amaechi became a superstar. So he ruled as governor also for 8 years. Ruled as speaker for 8 years. Governor for 8 years. Is the product of the judiciary. And you wonder why some of these guys that are beneficiaries of the magnanimity of the judiciary, now some of them, they disobey court order. Unfortunately. Some of these politicians, ordinarily, they would have been nothing. And Oshiomhole would have been nothing without the judiciary. It was the judiciary that pronounced him governor. If not for the sake of the judiciary, they've already finished him. All the gra-gra-gri-gri. So, Amaechi ruled for 8 years. At the end of his governorship, he was part of the G5. He has amassed so much money, so much power, so much fame, and there are some politicians that they know what to do with power and money. So Amaechi still wanted more power, but Jonathan was a problem. When he see that Omotin is no joy, he went to align with Buhari. Do you remember the G5, PDP G5? When Amaechi aligned with Buhari, Amaechi tried, though, in terms of funding everything. He gave all his best against his kinsman, Goodluck Jonathan. Jonathan lost that election. If Jonathan had won that election, maybe Amaechi would be in prison by now. That's why all this EFCC is more of political fight. If Yaya Bello has been in the right camp, the Tinubu core camp, forget, nothing can shake him. If you like, let him steal the whole Nigeria. It's not only Tinubu. That's how it has been for successive presidency. It depends on, are you in the right clique? Are you in the right caucus? Forget, steal anything. Malami said, I watched a video when he was struggling to be governor of Kebbi State, but he couldn't withstand the firepower of Atiku Bagudu, the current minister of budget, that has allegedly been laundering money for Abacha when Abacha was alive. That Atiku Bagudu, now old money, that guy don't take. Now serious money, bastard money. You know, it was one of those that was laundering money for Atiku. You would have read it in the news now. So Amaechi decided that he still wants more power. So he went to align with Buhari. After aligning with Buhari, God saved him that Jonathan won. Jonathan lost the election. For instance, somebody like Nyesom Wike, maybe treachery is in the blood of River State politicians, because if you look at all of them, there's always this politics of treachery. If you are yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification button. You know, I'm tempted to read the names of those subscribing, but I'm trying to resist it. But I see you here. Trust me, I see you. And I can see it at the background there. God bless you. You know, subscribe, like this video, turn on the notification button. Let's politic. And don't forget to catch up with my video, my response to the First Lady on her statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. You don't want to miss it. Then why the president is being called T-Pain? It's a video I uploaded today. You don't want to miss it. And tomorrow I'll be uploading some videos about Dino Melaye's statement on Wike, how he flogged Wike. And I'll be doing a brief analysis on that as well. You don't want to miss it. And also that Yoruba actress. Then I also that said she spent over 2 million. I also have a video on Can Fubara be trusted? So trust me, you don't want to miss out on this channel. So subscribe so that tomorrow you may be trying to remember my page. You may have forgotten. That's the essence of subscription. Subscription is free. God bless you for subscribing. I see you. I appreciate you. So, if Atiku had won the election, Nyesom Wike will be in prison now, even if he hasn't stolen any money. That's why I see that all these EFCC, ICPC, depends on which caucus you belong. So, because Buhari won, and Amaechi was the major force in the Niger Delta, Buhari rewarded him. Buhari didn't have money. It was the Tinubu, the Amaechi that were coming together, spend money. Buhari made him minister 8 years. Straight, 8 years. So that means that Amaechi has been in power for 24 years. 8, 8, 8. 8 as Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly. 8 as Governor of Rivers State. 8 as Minister in Buhari's cabinet. 8, 8, 8. That is 8, 16, 24. 24 years. So in the life of Nigeria's democracy since 1999, Amaechi has not been in power only in this Tinubu administration. And if you have been in power for that long, if Nigeria is the way it is, even before Tinubu came on board, if Nigeria is the way it is, that is the best. Or even if we pick our transportation system in Nigeria, after your 8 years, if it is the way it is, What are you saying that, you know, my friend, keep quiet. You are same of the same, bird of the same feather. Tinubu is bad. You too, you are bad. Tinubu is worst. You too, you are worst. Tinubu is not good. You too, you are not good. Don't come and paint yourself as a saint because you are out of power. No. Or maybe you don't belong to the Tinubu caucus. It's all about patronage. If you belong to the Tinubu caucus, you would have done the way Ooni of Ife is doing. You would have done the way Olusegun Oshoba is doing. So if you know they click, no come dey deceive us say you dey suffer. We know ourselves. We wey dey suffer, we know ourselves. You know they part of us, Oga. You have been in power for 24 years. You are a big boy. Nothing wey dey this life where you lack. So no come dey deceive us. Or come dey do say you be good guy. We know say Tinubu na bad guy, no be good guy. Nobody dey talk say Tinubu na good guy. No. But no come dey deceive us, come dey portray yourself as if say you be good guy. No, you no be good guy. Forget that thing. We know ourselves. So Amaechi, may channel you there. Although, like I said earlier, you have your right as a private citizen to speak. Normal. Nobody can take that away. And you don't deserve to be disrespected by some of these APC rats. Because if everything had gone well, you would have been the president. It's not easy to be the second runner-up in an election. You understand? In a presidential election, it's not easy to be number 2. So, to be number 2, it means say you dey politically strong. When you say you fit even defeat, you will be ordinary minister. You fit defeat vice president for presidential primary. Oh boy, you strong. No be only say you strong. You rugged. You understand? So that one is there. So I won't support all these APC rats to now be insulting you because you have presidential prospects. In fact, if people had considered Bola Ahmed Tinubu's all this certificate issue, drug issue and all that, maybe Amaechi would have won the ticket. And it's from the south. If he had won the ticket, he may have been the president. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? He may have been the president. So it would be wrong for any APC rat to now be insulting him. But then, Amaechi, why didn't you speak that people are suffering during Buhari's time? Or people no suffer? No can do like say you dey part of us. Alaye, you are not part of us. We know ourselves. So Amaechi, may channel you there. May channel give you there. Don't come and be playing saint now. You are part of the problem we have. You are part of the people that created the rot, monumental rot in the system. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Tomorrow I will upload those videos that I said. So if you want to catch up with those videos, subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification button, and you catch up with it. Then tomorrow I'll discuss the PDP crisis and other trending topics. This is Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji, and Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we analyze politics and happenings in the polity. If you have come across my video for the first time, that means God has destined that you and I will be friends. So do well to subscribe, do well to turn on your notification button so that you can catch up with my uploaded videos. I have a video on which is my response to the First Lady, why as regards her statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in Nigeria. I also have another video on why the president is being caught in pain. I have videos on Wike, I have videos on Very Dark Man. So feel free to scroll through my channel, subscribe, turn on your notification button till I see you again. Like I usually say, I'm not always far from you. Till I see you again tomorrow. God bless you all. I love you all sincerely. Thank you.